what's up guys, I am TL Painter and this is my channel, obviously, because I'm here on it and it says my name down there. Today I'm going to be talking about 5 tropes that I enjoy. Last week I was really negative and I talked about 5 tropes that I hate or am at least exhausted by, and this week I'm going to be talking about some tropes that I actually enjoy seeing and that I look for in stories. Yeah, tropes can sometimes be good, it just kind of depends on your own personal taste. So this is my own taste and I would love to hear about tropes that you enjoy if there are any. The first trope that I'm going to list that I really love is probably going to come as no surprise to people who have watched my other videos and reviews. That's going to be the revenge trope. Revenge tropes are, it's pretty obvious what revenge trope is. It's where the protagonist typically is the one who is exacting vengeance. We follow a story about vengeance and focused around vengeance and the consequences of it and things of that nature. Personally, I find that sometimes revenge tropes are actually really terrible, and specifically that happens when no real lessons are learned from the process of vengeance, because one of the things that I enjoy about the revenge story isn't just exacting it and being gratuitous about it, but is whatever is learned through the process of trying to find that vengeance. Usually it's something tropey, like they finally exact the vengeance and they realize it wasn't enough and now they have to actually deal with the consequences of whatever it is that started this whole plot. If the person killed somebody that the person loved and they go out on this huge revenge quest, they finally kill the person who murdered their loved one, and then they realize after the fact that now they just feel empty. That's a pretty common one, and yet it's still one that I'm a sucker for. But the revenge trope that I actually enjoy the most is one that is called He Who Fights Monsters. And I think it goes by a couple of other names, but this is the one that I found that is specifically titled. And this is where the protagonist realizes that through the process of trying to pursue vengeance, our protagonist has become the enemy. Our protagonist has become what it is that initially this individual set out to destroy. So maybe you went out to destroy somebody who was just wantonly killing people, and now at the end of it you realize that I've been wantonly killing people. And that's really just kind of a basic approach to it, and all sorts of stories do this really, really well. Another trope that I really enjoy is dragons. Yeah, I know, dragons are kind of overdone, or at least they seem to be. I feel like they've been fading away recently. If you don't know what dragons are, that's incredibly shocking to me. Are you sure you're old enough to be watching this channel? I make a lot of butt jokes.
Butts are funny.
Dragons are the gigantic reptilian winged monsters that breathe fire and destroy villages and towns, or sometimes you're able to ride them. And I really like dragons. I like dragons in my fantasy story, and I'm a little bummed that they haven't been showing up all that much lately. I'd really like to see more of them, especially now that we have all of these awesome effects that we're able to do in fantasy shows. I really want to see more of them. Don't let the last good dragons be the ones in Game of Thrones that just sucked in the very last season. I don't want that to be the last image that I have of dragons. Give me some more really awesome looking dragons out there in movies and TV shows, and also books. So I love dragons, and I want to specify as well that I understand why people are exhausted of dragons. I myself am tired of the dragons that are really tropey and common and that everybody has seen done a million times. I don't want to see another Dragon Slayer quest that's just like all of the other Dragon Slayer quests that have been told from the beginning of time. What I want to see is a really unique and interesting dragon. A really great example of this is actually in Evan Winter's The Burning Saga. He does some really awesome work with his dragons. They are really fascinating. I almost said interesting, but I'm trying to say interesting less on this channel because it's a big booktuber buzzword. So not interesting. They were fascinating dragons. He did a wonderful job with them. They were larger than life, and the pictures that he painted of these dragons were just incredible. Just getting close to one is enough to cause your flesh to start burning off, and there's just this awful heat, and the oppressiveness of that heat was described so well. In addition to that, the scales of the dragon were described in a way that kind of makes it seem like the dragon almost can't truly be perceived, like you can't focus on it. It's a camera that's always out of focus. I don't think I can make, my camera's really, autofocus is really good. I can't make that joke. It's like the dragon is always just a little bit out of focus. Additionally, the magic system and their entire societies are kind of built around these dragons. His dragons are some of the best that I have read in fantasy lately, because other dragons in fantasy tend to be just like all the other dragons that we've all seen. So I want to see more dragons in fantasy, but I want to see a unique and interesting take on them. Tons of different mythologies and bits of folklore have unique dragons in them. Maybe we could see some more of those start to appear in stories instead of the exact same dragon that we have seen over and over again throughout stories in history. Okay, now this next trope that I enjoy may actually be a bit of a surprise because I'm not a huge romance guy, but I do enjoy the forbidden love trope. This one might be a little bit dicey. Some people probably really hate this one and others probably really love it. I myself really enjoy the forbidden love trope if the reason the love is forbidden is something that is believable. I don't want something that is incredibly stupid and some sort of controversy that could be easily overcome, like you tend to see in many romance plots, because that's not enjoyable or entertaining. I want to see something like Romeo or Juliet, where the obstacle that the couple has to overcome in order to be together is almost impossible. They probably can't surmount it. And because I'm, I guess, a horrible person, I actually kind of enjoy it when the love is so forbidden that even though they love each other, they realize that it's never going to work because of whatever obstacle this is, and they stop trying to make it work. I find that really compelling and emotional. I like seeing that in stories. Or, you know, it could just have an ending like Romeo and Juliet and be really depressing. I mean, I like the ending of Romeo and Juliet too, so I guess that kind of jives well with this. But I just like forbidden love. Two people who really love each other and want to be together but can't for a reason that is actually genuine, not some made up garbage that could easily be overcome by just getting over yourself. I want a genuine reason why these people are not able to be together, why their love is forbidden, and make that obstacle something that seems incredibly insurmountable, so that when they do surmount it, it's believable and emotional and a powerful moment, or when they fail to surmount it and they are not able to be together, it's also emotional and powerful and just a punch in the gut. So I like forbidden love when it is done really well and is compelling and unique. Okay, I have 2 more tropes that I really enjoy that I'm going to get to, but before I get to the 4th one, I just wanted to let you know that you can like, comment, and subscribe, all for free, all of which really help me out here on this channel. So I would really appreciate it if you would consider doing that. And now onto the 4th trope that I enjoy, which is, maybe surprisingly, evil overlord. I don't know why we suddenly started hating evil overlords. This sole entity that lords over an evil domain and is this absolute force and has armies and kingdoms and such. An evil ruler. I like it. Again, when it's done well. I know it can be done pretty terribly, but I enjoy it when it's done well. When there is one entity that we know we have to destroy in order to eradicate evil from the land or the world or the universe, whatever the case might be. In order to stop whatever this evil plot is, we have to get rid of the evil overlord who is ruling over all of this. He is the figurehead of this entire organization. Now we can have minions, and I don't appreciate it when you kill the evil guy and all of his minions drop dead. I know that's another trope. I think it's really stupid. I don't like that, but I do like it when killing this guy has a significant impact on the forces of evil. Somebody may come and fill in his place because power vacuums do exist, but for the most part, you know that when you kill this evil entity, things are going to swing wildly in the favor of the good guys. I like the evil overlord. I also like the evil overlord just being an evil person. Again, I mentioned in my last video that I don't like it when the stakes for a story are the end of the world. Why would the evil overlord want to destroy the entire world that he lords over? But a decent stake is the evil overlord wants to lord over the entire world, as long as there's a reason why this evil entity wants to do that sort of thing. But I like the evil overlord. I like having a figurehead. I like having a wicked entity that I can point my finger at and say, that's the bad guy we have to destroy. All the other bad guys, all the minions, all the generals, everything like that, yeah, they're significant, but they are small potatoes compared to the evil overlord that we truly want to destroy. So evil overlord tropes, I like it when it's done well, especially like truly evil and just horrific, malicious overlords. Yeah, sign me up. I'm there for your story. And that kind of goes right into the 5th and final trope that I really enjoy, which is the questing trope. I enjoy quests in stories, and I don't really understand what happened to them. Quests to go and get the thing or bring the thing to the thing, or quests to go and slay the evil overlord. I like quest stories with a very obvious goal and a beginning and an end, a journey that takes place along it, and we stop in all of these interesting places and get to explore the world. And I feel like that has kind of started to vanish a bit from popular media, and it does exist out there, and there are some niche stories out there that still feature it, but I feel like the more popular stories are kind of starting to do away with the questing trope, and I don't really like that. I do have some books on my to be read list that are supposed to feature quests, although I try to avoid spoilers, so I don't know how much of a quest they are, but I'm hoping we get a really awesome quest. You know, I mean, journey before destination, right? That's the kind of approach that I really enjoy to stories. Instead of everything kind of taking place in one, and we are so hyper-focused on the politics of the world that we don't have the time to just go on a quest from point A to point B. And in between point A and point B, we have A1, A2, A3, and we just go through all these different things and take all sorts of detours and get to learn more about this world. We encounter a bunch of trolls and we have to fight them, or whatever the case may be there. A journey through to the end of this quest. A long journey and a challenging one in which we see all of this growth in our cast of characters. I really enjoy the quest trope, and I would like to see it a lot more often in popular media. Not in the sense that there's a chosen one. If you watched the last video, then you know how I feel about chosen ones.
Burn it.
Thank you so much for taking the time to check out this video. I really appreciate it. If you would like to see another video from me, you can do so by clicking up here. And until next time. And until next time.